How crazy is it, man?
Well, he took a little bit of time just to sort of collect himself, but just like a week and a half ago, he picked up StarCraft 2 again and started laddering super hard. Instantly hit rank 7 Grandmaster on the ladder. And I said, ViBe, what do you think you really need to ensure victory today and as you move forward? And he said, well, I think the best success I've ever had came when I was playing a lot of Diablo 3. So I would really like to get a Hearthstone beta key.
Classic ViBe. Let's go ahead and introduce the players before the craziness unfolds, as we can already see it over here. ViBe is, of course, our blue Zerg representing Root Gaming in the left top side of Eklund Waste. And he's going to go up against Incredible Miracles Nestea. Nestea, one of the most successful Wings of Liberty players. Perhaps after MC and MVP, the most successful Wings of Liberty player. I think that is safe to say. Didn't have the same amount of success in Harvey the Swarm yet. One legendary run, and your legacy is complete.
So true. Nestea went 15 pool on Belshir Vestige. Will he do it here on Akalon Wastes, or will he go for the hatch? Safety is his choice.
But still, there's going to be a small window for ViBe where he's going to be able to do a little bit of damage with his Zerglings, and Nestea is going to have to do a good job running his drones around.
Something we should talk about here, and we should pay attention to. After Jaedong's games, we talked about how these early pool builds are not necessarily cheese, it's just part of the meta. And even against safe builds like this, they don't come out that far behind. So let's keep an eye on things like the worker count and see how bad it is for ViBe, or if it's that bad for ViBe.
Control is going to be extremely important. Right now, Nestea is on 14 drones against the 10 workers of ViBe as he just morphed in one drone into an extractor. Losing 3-4 drones, if you keep the hatchery alive, you're more than fine. If the hatchery dies, that kind of sucks, but you've still been outmining your opponent for the majority of the time, so that is not necessarily the end of the world either. Certainly not when there is an extractor follow-up for ViBe and not an economic opening.
Yep, 10 lings out on the map right now for ViBe. It's 8 lings in production for Nestea. ViBe is not going to do anything about that hatchery. Nope, yes he is. He's changed his mind. Realizing that it's not a hatch first, I think.
I think that is... this is okay. Nestea is doing the exact same thing as ViBe did on Yongzhou was the map. This is all going to come down to micro. Let's see if Nestea is going to be able to micro that as well as ViBe did back then. A couple of drones helping out, of course, a lot because they have a little bit of additional HP and they're able to pack a punch.
ViBe's just going to go ahead and take this fight. Both players microing well, and it's Nestea who comes out on top. Drones are so good when fighting Zerglings because they have extra hit points. They have more hit points than a Zergling does. So they really absorb damage nicely.
ViBe has to be really careful because every Zergling is a pretty important one right now.
So if we look at the unit stab, we see 14 drones for Nestea, 16 for ViBe. The problem, of course, Nestea's got a hatchery and ViBe doesn't. Right now, he's not necessarily mining less than ViBe, but if the game goes on for much longer, it's going to get progressively worse and worse.
ViBe is definitely going to have to make something happen, but he's already researching speed. He's still mining gas as well, so that Baneling Nest will go down in the near future, and then ViBe is going to be, looking to at least deal crippling amount of damage, if not just end the game right there. Did he see that Extractor? Did he see the... No, he didn't see the Extractor. That is nice for ViBe. But what he does know is that there's still no hatchery over here. And he's going to be able to keep seeing that because of the Overlord.
And that's why we're seeing a Spine Crawler go down. No Baneling Nest for Nestea. Of course, he doesn't have gas, so he can't build them. Kevin, this is not the best map for Spine Crawler defenses because of the weird position of the hatchery in relation to the ramp. That's why we're seeing an extra spine going down from Nestea.
If I was Nestea right now, I wouldn't know how many spines to throw down. In a way of I would like to
can't afford to lose lings. This is still so close. It might not seem it. Nestea is now ahead in workers, 22-16. But ViBe has this pretty large window where he's going to have Speedling, Baneling against just Slowlings and Spines.
Yeah, but there are Queens as well, and I think these Queens can be extremely important. They soak up so much so much damage. They're able to pick up Banelings from far and away as well. The Spinecrawler as well. Great scout here by Nestea. I think ViBe is going to have a really, really difficult time pulling this one off, man.
Great job by Nestea blocking the ramp with his Queens, maintaining that very important position. ViBe does the smart thing and does not blow Banelings up on Zerglings, allowing his Speedlings to work. And Nestea has no choice but to evacuate. ViBe's going to try and kill this expansion.
There are so many Queens here. Where are the Zerglings for Nestea? There should be a lot of Zerglings on the way soon. I'm a little bit surprised. Now, a couple of Lings will be able to enter the main base.
I think Nestea's actually done this perfectly. That second Spine Crawler, absolutely instrumental. Nestea does manage to hide a couple Lings in the back of or ViBe hiding a couple
Nestea is on
lanes?
top of it. Nestea knows that is something he always has to worry about. ViBe will be able to pick off a few drones here and there, but overall this has been a fantastic defense by Nestea. It almost couldn't have been any better for him.
ViBe really working hard to sort of get himself back in this thing, and here's the crazy part, Kev. His hatchery's finishing. Worker count 22 to 23. Now it's 22 to 22. So
it still takes a little while before his hatchery is finished. He still is only on 1 queen. I think it's really safe to say that Nestea is still pretty damn far ahead.
Nestea is certainly ahead, but ViBe trying to hang in there. I'm trying to believe, Kev.
Yeah, no, I mean, this game is far from over, of course. It wouldn't be like, oh my god, that's a legendary comeback. But at the end of the day, Nestea did that very well. That was an excellent hold. He has all these queens. He, of course, has these spine crawlers as well, which, you know, are not necessarily useful now, but they can be useful throughout the entire game. Give him a lot of safety, allow him to drone up a little more greedily, while ViBe, you know, ViBe is very...
These small groups of Zerglings that ViBe are sending out, they're just never going to do anything against the Spines. The Spines will mess with their AI. They'll do a ton of damage. They're hard to kill. And ViBe's going to realize when he pokes up this ramp that he doesn't want to keep fighting here.
What is interesting, though, is that ViBe is actually the one going up to layer before Nestea right now. Now, that is interesting.
Well, he's had gas for much longer, so he does enjoy that advantage. He's 7 drones down, 2 bases to 2 bases. He's still behind a queen. No, he's got double queen. So
yeah, but still, it took a little while before that queen was really able to kick in.
I guess our next real question is,
I think Nestea is going to make a tier 1 push, and I
what's
think that's very, very smart.
What's Nestea going to follow it up with? It looks like it's going to be Roach, Speedling, Bane. That kind of layer tech, I'm sorry, that kind of hatchery tech push that Ghost User was talking about.
And it's also hard for ViBe to really scout what is going on. I'm pretty sure that ViBe is just expecting meter play right now from Nestea. He doesn't have an Overlord in a good position to check anything. Sending in this one wouldn't be a smart decision, as Nestea has plenty of queens, as he made a few additional queens.
Here come the Roaches, and what ViBe needs right now, lots of spine crawlers, and he's just making the wrong read, Kev. I don't think he's going to be able to defend this next push.
I love this as well.
Spire's going to go down as well.
I love how Nestea is doing this, running around a couple of links, so he pulls away the majority of the links in front of his ramp. So
makes it harder for ViBe to scout, obviously. So everything going in Nestea's favor. What a phenomenal defense there for Nestea. It's not easy, even with the quote build order advantage. It's still very easy to lose games if you make a single wrong move, and Nestea
pulled the right amount of drones, didn't pull too many, didn't pull too few. We saw ViBe having a fantastic hold at Jiangsu, and Nestea's just like, hey, that was really well done by you.
Now the 4 spine crawlers go down as ViBe realizes what's up. Can they finish in time? It's going to be very hard. Lots of Zerglings being built as well. Man, even if the spines do finish, the way this map is set up, just geographically, Nestea can just walk past, you know. So
and if you put too many spines over here, the roach can go over here from the south side. And this is 16 roaches. It's not like this is 7 or 8 roaches, but this is 16 roaches. A couple of banelings joining in the fun as well. Nestea, perhaps, Ben, on the verge of making it to the round of 16 for the 2nd time in his WCS career.
Here we go. Spinecrawler's going to finish up. Can ViBe buy the time he needs? It's going to be so hard. More Zerglings popping out. Here come the Ling Bane reinforcements of Nestea.
So many banelings.
And I think that might be the nail in the coffin. Nestea crashing through ViBe. Lost his first match of the day, but won twice. Took out the STC. And in the rematch, he has taken out ViBe. Good game. Well played. Incredible.